If today were the last day of your life, would you be proud of who you are and what you've accomplished? For 99% of us, that answer is no. You see, as kids, we grow up with dreams to change the world. But as we get older, we're taught to become more realistic. We're taught to do something respectable with our lives. And over time, this forces us to go from hopeful to hopeless. You see, just 1 year ago, this was me, a finance student well on his way to becoming Wall Street's next hopeful banker. What I learned in business school is that if you wanted to be considered cool, you had to be working your way towards a job that made a lot of money. If you weren't working at a so-called prestigious bank, somehow you were perceived as unworthy. But what everyone also forgets to tell you is that those people are the most likely to die unhappy and unfulfilled. After 2 years of grinding to get to the top of the rat race, I learned many things. But the most important lesson I learned was that I wasn't alone. 99% of young adults are sitting at home stressed, anxious, or depressed because they can't make the decision between following what society tells them to follow or following their own hearts. 99% of us are worried about looking better than others, about getting perfect grades, and about making a lot of money. And in the end, most of us will cave into what society tells us to do. We're gonna get that 9-to-5 job, make a steady salary, enjoy our 2 weeks vacation, learn to love Fridays and hate Mondays, and only travel when we retire. We become so scared of losing our past that it causes us to lose our future. But what if I told you that it doesn't have to be this way? How would you react if I told you that you do not have to work a job that you don't love, and instead you can just follow your dreams? And what if I told you that getting started on this process is actually really simple? You'd probably think I'm crazy. But as the late Steve Jobs once said,
those people that are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones that actually do.
Let me use myself as an example. For most of my university life, I was lost because I knew there was a disconnect between what I truly wanted to do in my life and what my environment was telling me to do. I knew that following my heart meant that I'd have to hear all about it from my friends, I'd have to have a serious conversation with my parents, and most importantly, I'd have to get used to the idea of having my whole life be governed by uncertainty. But I also knew that if I was going to achieve anything meaningful in my life, it would have to come from that place of uncertainty. And so I began unlearning every single thing that school and society taught me. I stopped focusing on my grades, stopped doing things for other people, turned down a 6-figure banking job, removed myself from my destructive environment, and I started my new life, the life that I knew I was meant to live. And this is where Sprouht comes in. You see, when you look at Sprouht, it's as if you're looking in the mirror, because you are Sprouht. As a human being, we are all trying to grow from a seed to a flower. We want to sprout into beautiful, successful beings. But we can't do this unless we first try to do it. So trying is the foundation of Sprouht. It's the principle that he who tries will succeed. The person who simply wonders about what their life could be will do exactly that. They'll wonder why so many other people around them are so much happier than they are. You see, life is a culmination of split-second decisions. Acting on the thought versus just simply thinking about it is that tiny yet massive difference between a life of purpose and a life governed by mediocrity. When I decided to stop letting my thoughts interfere with my life, I made massive strides. I moved to Asia, I met some amazing people, started a brand, decided to graduate college early, but most importantly, I started fully loving myself. So choosing to try versus not to try is what will separate you from everyone else. It's what will get you to do things like run a marathon with no training, to start telling strangers on the street that you love them, to spread kindness throughout your city, and to discover new places. So remember, You are a sprout. You are a seed looking to blossom into a beautiful, beautiful flower. And you only have one opportunity to do this beautiful thing that we call life. You can either seize that opportunity or you can let it slip. But there is no in between. Each of us has a birth date. All of us will have a death date. But what happens in between is what matters. So how can you get started? Well, it starts with you doing what you love. So that thing that you know deep down you'd love to do as a career, well, next time you think about it, just do it. Life is too short to do anything except for what you dream about. And remember, he who tries will succeed. It's a mindset. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. And I will see you next Friday.